everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I have a very exciting video. I was like waiting for these packages to arrive, okay? Lattafa came out with like a lot of new perfumes, a lot of sweet, delicious, gourmand perfumes that I am so excited to talk to you about, okay? So baby, before we get started, make sure to please hit that subscribe button and join the family here. Hit it, okay? I would really appreciate it. So now let's get started, okay? So some of these new launches from Lattafa has been first, Nebras Elixir, which is a flanker of the original Nebras, which looks like this. It's in the black bottle, looks very similar. It's just black. Okay, that was the original Nebras, and this is the new flanker. They came out with a whole Give Me Gourmand line. I believe that's what it's called, and it's like the cutest bunch of cute, really cute packaging. And I feel like with that type of packaging, you either think it's tacky and you hate it, or you think it's cute and you love it. I'm gonna go with, I think it's really cute. It's something different. Now, is it my favorite? Are they my favorite perfume bottles? No, but I think they're really cute and they're really fun. So we're gonna talk about those as well. Now, on the way, my order was delayed. I was gonna also talk about the two eclairs, flankers, the banoffee and the pistache, but I'll do a video on those in the future when they get here. But I'm really excited to talk to you about these. So let's first start with Nebras Elixir, okay? Because I was excited. I'm excited about all of them, but I don't know, there's something the way that I saw people describe this before it was launched that it really piqued my interest, because whenever you tell me something is milky and sweet, like I am gonna dive for head first, because I love a lactonic sweet fragrance, gourmand fragrance. So the price for this as it is right now, what I bought it for is $49.99. So still affordable Middle Eastern, but I feel like when Lattafa puts up like new stuff, it really is in that $50 mark. And then if you wait a little bit, I think it will go down in price. But if I find any of the ones I'm going to talk about today on Amazon, I'll link them down below. Okay, so now let's get to what it smells like, because that's what I want to talk about. So let me read you the notes real quick. We have top notes of milk, candy, and whipped cream. Middle notes of heliotrope and sugar cane, and base notes of ambroxan, vanilla, and musk. So based off of those notes, when I saw the note breakdown before I purchased this perfume, I was like, okay, the only thing that could make me like not really enjoy this perfume could be the ambroxan, but I wasn't really too worried about that, because ambroxan is not like a note that I hate, but I know like, or like if it's like a really crazy musk, like, you know, but there was nothing in this note breakdown that was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this. Like, no, I think it was a pretty safe blind buy to me. I'm not telling you to go ahead and blind buy it, because I don't, you know, it's always better when you can smell a perfume. But those are the notes. So based on the notes, whenever I first spray this out, I'm sniffing my hand because I have sprayed it right here. But let's go and just spray it fresh out the bottle. Yeah. Like immediately, that first like top notes is 100% there to me. This immediately smells like white chocolate. This is white chocolate, like a bunch of white chocolate in a cup of milk. It is very lactonic, very white chocolate. Like this is the most realistic white chocolate fragrance that I have in my collection. It is really nice, super very sweet white chocolate milkiness. Now, I've only had this perfume for a couple of days. It hasn't even been a week or anything. So a little, you know, what I like to say with my Middle Eastern fragrances, let them sit. I'm sure this will get better as it sits. It will get stronger. It will get, you know, it will evolve a little bit. That's the case with like almost all of the Middle Eastern fragrances, in my opinion. So just a little FYI, I haven't really had this for very long at all. So right off the bat, I think it smells great. There is, in the first like 1-2 seconds when I spray this fragrance, there's something a tiny bit sharp, but it really does go away very quickly. And that's what I said, like I'm sure that if I let it sit a little bit, I'm sure that sharpness will be gone, but it's not something like it's off-putting or something that will deter me from wearing it. No, it just, I can sense a little bit of sharpness in there, but it really, really dissipates very quickly. So this, even though this is a milky perfume and it is very lactonic, I feel like the ambroxan in there is giving it some airiness. Like, I don't think this perfume is heavy. I don't think it's like thick or too gourmand. Like, you know, whenever something is like really, really thick and gourmand, sometimes it can be a little bit harder to wear. At least in my, like, I can love a perfume that's really thick and gourmand, but I tend to reach for those perfumes less. Not that I hate them, because I do love me a nice, very nice, sweet gourmand. But you know, they can be a little bit harder to go for sometimes, but this has a nice airiness to it. It's a lactonic, airy, sweet white chocolate perfume. I don't really, you know, the musk and the ambroxan are not too heavy. Like, I don't think this is like a super heavy musky fragrance or a very heavy ambroxan. Like, I think the ambroxan is just giving it some airiness, which I think makes it even more wearable. So like, I don't think anything is too like sharp or off-putting or anything like that. I think this is just a very nice milky fragrance. And yeah, I really do enjoy this. I find this cozy. I find it extremely easy to wear. I feel like it would be really great to wear on its own, but I also think you can like layer it with other scents if you want to make them a little bit more milky, more cozy, more like white chocolate. You want to bring out that white chocolate in another fragrance, or just make something a little bit sweeter. I really enjoy it. I think this is nice. Now, let's talk about performance, and then I'm going to compare it to the original-ish, okay? So the performance on this, I feel like this is where I am hoping, when I let it sit, I'm hoping that it will get better in the longevity department, because the scent, I already love the scent. Like, I don't really need the scent to like change over time type of thing. You know, if it gets a little bit deeper, or if that sharpness at the beginning goes away, that would be great. But the longevity is, well, the performance is where I really would like it to improve a little bit. So longevity, I get about 5 tops, but it's about 4 hours of wear with this. Well, I think I can reach 5 hours, especially like, you know, if you really overspray on your clothes. I think this sticks to clothing fairly well, but I feel like around that 5 hour mark, you will probably definitely want to reapply. And now the projection, this is where I think this is an intimate fragrance. In my opinion, I think projection is moderate for like the first hour, and then it's just like kind of weak, kind of intimate. After that, most definitely more of a skin scent, okay? Now, hopefully, well, if this sits for once, because it is going to sit, I'm definitely keeping this. Once it sits, I'm hoping that the performance just gets a little bit louder. But either way, like, you know, sometimes with like cozy, milky scents, they can be more of skin scents. So I don't really know how much is going to change. I'll keep you posted, you know, as the months go by. And I'm sure this will be something that I wear a lot during the fall and winter, because that's just the scent preference that I love. I love a sweet gourmand fragrance during fall and winter. I'm sure I'll be reaching a lot for this. So I'll keep you posted if the performance improves, or if I find any other changes, I'll keep you posted. But overall thoughts, I really enjoy this fragrance. I think it's very pretty, very nice. It's a very easy reach. It's sweet, white chocolate, a little bit like airy, very nice, not a thick gourmand, but super pretty. I think you do have to enjoy a sweet fragrance, because this is definitely a very, like, you know, white chocolate is pretty sweet. So I think it's sweet, but I really do think that airiness helps it not being cloying. But yeah, I think it's really nice. But just if you want a super beast mode perfume that everyone can smell you when you enter a room, I don't think, you know, this will be this one yet. So let me compare it to Nebras, okay? Well, not really. I don't have the original Nebras, but I've heard it's very like compared to the original Billie Eilish perfume that I absolutely love. So let's just say I'm just gonna compare it to my Billie Eilish, because that's the one that I own, and I've never smelled Nebras. So if we're just talking about that scent DNA of like a spicy, delicious, intoxicating vanilla that Billie Eilish, the original, is, they are extremely different, okay? if that's what Nebras smells like, I think this is very, very different. I don't even think they're like flankers really, because I don't find this similar to the Billie Eilish perfume. I think this is like in a whole different lane, a whole different category. I don't think it's spicy. I don't think it's like super, because the Billie Eilish one projects, and I've heard that the Nebras one is like even better on the performance than the Billie Eilish, like it's stronger, it's more long lasting, whatever. So I feel like that's very different with this one. This one is not loud. This one, you're not gonna project a whole lot. This is a little bit more intimate. It's not as like sexy vanilla, because I find like Billie Eilish one is kind of like a sexy vanilla. This is more of a cozy vanilla white chocolate fragrance, milky. So you do have to like your like tonic sense to be able to really like enjoy this. So I think it's completely different than Eilish, and you know, if Eilish smells like Nebras, then I really do think they're very, very different fragrances. Okay, so those are all my thoughts about the new Nebras Elixir. If you're, you know, thinking about picking it up, if you're, I don't know, tell me in the comments below, like, what do you think? If you have picked it up, what do you think about it? I really do enjoy it, and I'm just excited to see if it changes over time. It gets a little bit stronger, hopefully, fingers crossed, but I'm happy with this one. I really am. Okay, now let's talk about the Give Me Gourmand from Lattafa. Now, I didn't pick all of them up because that would have, I don't know, that would have been a little crazy on my part. But I'm just gonna read them to you. I'm gonna put pictures on the screen of what they look like, and just by like, you know, the vibes of what I think they would smell like. So the first one in this Give Me Gourmand lineup, we have Vanilla Freak. This one, I don't know, I've seen a lot of videos about it. Well, I haven't seen a ton of videos about these, but the ones I've seen kind of have like mixed feelings about this one. So people say it kind of smells like the sugar coating of a donut, or like the glazing of a donut, or like kind of cereal and milk. I've heard a lot about this one. Not really sure in what category it goes, but it looks like this is supposed to be like the vanilla one of the whole lineup. So the next one is Cookie Crave, and now this is supposed to smell like a very photorealistic, kind of like the cookie part of the Oreo. So not really the cream that's inside, but more like the cookie, like the actual like brown, black part of the Oreo. It's supposed to be like very, very photorealistic Oreo. So if you love a very like photorealistic gourmand, if you like cookie scents, and if you like obviously Oreos, then, you know, this one might be for you. Then we have Whipped Pleasure. This one's supposed to be like a caramel, very, very sweet. It looks like there's some whipped cream in there, and the little whatever that's supposed to be, the packaging. Now this one I think has a popcorn note, or I don't even know if it has that note, but I've heard that smells like caramel popcorn. So just be wary, like if you're not a big fan of popcorn notes, you might not like that one. But yeah, that one's supposed to be like a caramel popcorn-ish type of smell. Then we have Berry on Top, which this one's supposed to be like a syrupy strawberry fragrance. And then we have Choco Overdose, which is supposed to be like a straight up like chocolate fragrance, like brownie mix type of a scent. Like very, very chocolatey. So they're all very, did I forget? Mallow Madness. So Mallow Madness, this is the one that I'm going to speak to you on, because this is the one that I picked up, okay? And I was like, you know, let me just try one, and if I fall in love with one of these little cupcakes, then maybe we can go for another. But I think I am good. I think I am good with this one, because all the other ones, I don't know. None of them are like really like pulling at me. Like, I don't know if I want to smell like a photorealistic brownie. I don't know if I want to smell like a photorealistic Oreo. Like, I feel like I really want to smell them before committing to the full size. Because like, again, I love gourmands, but sometimes they're hard to wear if they're like extremely photorealistic. So like, you know, that's just my opinion. Okay. So let's talk about Mallow Madness. This is obviously, the packaging is so cute, and then you take it off like this and you spray it out. And what I do like about this packaging, sometimes it drives me crazy when like the tops are like super thick like this, because when you spray it, the perfume gets all over the lids and it drives me crazy. Like if you have Banana Bliss, that perfume drives me crazy, because when you spray it, it goes all over the rim, and I I want to throw it away. No, I'm just kidding. But this one is really good because when you spray it, I don't feel like it gets like icky or like it doesn't get transfer everywhere from the perfume. So packaging wise, I think they did a good job. I think it looks cute. You know, if you like the packaging, you're gonna love it. If you think it's kind of tacky or juvenile or whatever, then you might not love this. But and the price of this one was $44.99. I can see here on the Lattafa website, they're all in the Give Me Gourmand line. They're all $44.99. Again, if I find this on Amazon, I'll link it down below. So let's go over the top notes, or the notes in general. So top notes are strawberry and raspberry. Middle notes are marshmallow and freesia. And base notes are vanilla, cream, and musk, or like whipped cream and musk. So let's see, what do I get from this? Okay, so let's go through this together. So in the top notes, the fruit that I get the most is definitely the strawberry, but the top notes are strawberry and raspberry. And you do get a very nice fruity opening for sure. Now I smell the strawberry the most, but it is a very nice fruity opening. Then it really quickly, very quickly, you can smell the marshmallow. This is, I mean, as the name would suggest, as the packaging would suggest, this is a very marshmallow forward perfume. Okay, like it really, like as it dries down, it smells like you are opening a bag of like jet puffed marshmallows and just sticking your nose in there. It is very marshmallowy. And yeah, I mean, with the vanilla and the whipped cream, just making it a lot more sweeter. Okay, so through and through, this is a very sweet vanilla marshmallow. This is a marshmallow. If you love marshmallow perfumes, I'm sure you're gonna love this one. This is a very, it's not very complex, it's not crazy, it's just a very straightforward marshmallow perfume. Now, that opening is what's giving it a little bit of, you know, more of like a scent ride, because you do get those fruity strawberry, raspberry at the beginning, mostly strawberry to my nose. But that doesn't stay with the fragrance throughout like the whole life of the fragrance. Then it really becomes a marshmallow perfume. It's not really focused on the strawberry as much. That's more of like a top note type of thing. It goes in it doesn't completely go away. It goes in the background, but what goes front and center is the marshmallow for sure. So if you like marshmallow fragrances, I think this will be a nice one. But I think what you want to know, and what I wanted to know before I placed an order on this, is, does it smell like Young Bougie marshmallow? Because when I saw strawberry and when I saw marshmallow, I was like, is it going to smell like Young Bougie marshmallow? And don't get me wrong, I think Young Bougie marshmallow by Kayali smells very good, but it's been duped a lot. There's a lot of perfumes with that same scent DNA, and I'm just a little bit over it. But just to keep it short and sweet, yes, I do think it smells like Yum Bougie marshmallow, especially in the opening. Because in the opening is when you get the strawberry and the marshmallow comes in. And in that moment, it smells very similar to Yum Bougie marshmallow. As the fragrance dries down, the strawberry goes into like a deep back seat. Like it goes to the back for sure, like straight up to the back. And the marshmallow shines. So I think this is very, like if you have John Boucher marshmallow, or if you have any other fragrances in your collection, like marshmallow blush, or there's another one by Cad Lush that smells similar. You know, if you have any of that scent DNA, I think this one would be redundant because they smell similar. Okay, they do smell similar. I have marshmallow blush, which is supposed to be, you know, an inspiration of Young Boucher marshmallow. Between marshmallow blush and this one, I prefer this one because this is a little bit airier. This is a little bit lighter than marshmallow blush. I find it a little bit thicker, and the strawberry is heavier. It's like a strawberry creamy marshmallow fragrance. And this one is not as thick and creamy. This is more of like an airy marshmallow that has strawberry in the top, like in the top. But then it really does dry down to just a sweet vanilla marshmallow fragrance. So between them two, the marshmallow blush that I have, I prefer this one, Mellow Madness. But if you already have marshmallow blush, if you already have any, you know, Young Bougie marshmallow, if you have any fragrances that smell similar, I think this would be a little redundant in my personal opinion. Now, if you don't have any of them and you've been, you really love marshmallow perfumes or you want to get into marshmallow perfumes, and you're curious, and I think this would be a good one for you. But yeah, I do like my marshmallow blush, of course, but I think this one had kind of topped it a little bit. So yeah, that's my opinion on, oh, I gotta talk about performance, girl. So now this one, again, I've only been having this one for a few days. These were like fresh off the press. Okay, these just came out, so they haven't had much time to sit at all. So the performance on this one is moderate. It can be better, okay? This one is about longevity, about 4 hours. They're very similar on like the performance right now, about 4 hours, and projection is moderate to weak. So of course, after you've been wearing it for a little while, it's gonna get a little bit more intimate. So yeah, these, hopefully with a little bit of time, they'll become stronger, more long lasting, more projecting. But right now, performance wise, they're both moderate. They're both moderate. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, you guys, tell me, what do you think? What do you think about all these releases? Did you pick up any of the cupcakes? Please let us know. And let us know what you think about them, okay? Were you happy about them? Were you hoping for something else? Like, what do you think about them, okay? Leave me all your thoughts down below. I really want to hear everything. And before you click off, if you want to see more new Middle Eastern fragrances, well, new to my collection that are really good, check out this video here. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Bye.